On my wedding night, my groom ditched me to meet up with an escort. The whole thing went viral. When I found him, he was kneeling before his parents, clutching the escort, Ruby Shaw, with tears in his eyes, telling them he loved her. That night, a second story started trending. The groom had his new bride tied up and beaten in front of his parents, all to force them to let the escort move into the family mansion with him. I was like a zombie in the hospital for a week before I could even function. When I finally went home, I was greeted by the suffocating smell of cheap perfume, and the sound of my husband's grunts coming from the bedroom, and a brand new marriage certificate, not with my name on it. I quietly picked up the clothes scattered all over the floor, then sat on the sofa to wait. The old me would have stormed in there, demanding an explanation. But this time, I finally understood. It was time to leave the family that had taken me in 15 years ago, and the boy I had loved for just as long. The noises from the bedroom hadn't stopped when Julian's parents, Marcus and Eleanor, came to stand before me. Hearing the filthy sounds, Marcus's face flushed with anger. He pulled me out onto the balcony. Vera, what Julian did was unforgivable. Don't you worry, I won't let that little bitch get away with this. Eleanor's eyes darted around before she took my hand, a film of tears forming in her eyes. That's right, we'll make this right for you. But you and Julian grew up together. You know him. He's just immature. You can forgive him, can't you? 15 years ago, my parents died in a car crash. As their closest friends, the Crofts took me in, and I was filled with nothing but gratitude. They treated me well enough over the years, and I gave the Croft family everything I had in return. But it's true what they say about blood. No matter how hard I tried, I could never earn their favor, not even a shred of fairness. I held up the marriage certificate in front of them. Eleanor, let me ask you something. If your husband cheated on you on your wedding night, and then married another woman, would you forgive him? Marcus's face darkened instantly. What nonsense are you talking about? I would never do something so shameless. He trailed off, the words catching in his throat. He looked away, too embarrassed to meet my eyes. I let out a bitter laugh. You both know the answer, don't you? So, no, I won't forgive him. Marcus frowned at me. What are you trying to say? Half the influential people in Bay City came to your wedding. You want to back out now? What about the Croft family's reputation? Eleanor chimed in. Men just like to have fun. Julian really does love you. I know, my son. That model is just a fling. How about I find you a male model to play with too? Then you two can call it even. Before I could respond, Julian's sharp voice cut through the air. No way. Vera, if you dare touch another man, you are dead. I looked up to see Julian standing there, his shirt off, his tanned skin covered in hickeys. He grabbed my arm. You are my wife. You are only allowed to love me for the rest of your life. I immediately yanked my arm away. The one with the marriage certificate is Ruby Shaw, not me. Don't call me your wife again. The moment the words left my mouth, Ruby's pitiful voice drifted over. Vera, I am so sorry. I just love Julian so much, and I felt insecure. That's why I begged him to marry me. Please don't blame him. If it bothers you, we can go get a divorce right now. She walked toward us wearing nothing but a sexy silk nightgown. Even Marcus blushed and quickly looked down. Julian rushed to pull her into his arms. Ruby, you are so understanding, it breaks my heart. I couldn't take it anymore. I slammed the marriage certificate on the ground and turned to Marcus. Mr. Croft, I am only now seeing your family's true colors, and it's disgusting. Smack! Julian's hand struck my face, the sting sharp and hot. The Croft family fed you and housed you for years, and this is how you repay us. I don't care what you think. This is how it's going to be. You handle the public side of things, and Ruby will handle things at home. You are both my wives. I'll be in your room on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The rest of the time, I am with Ruby. My heart felt like it had been shattered by a massive blow. I didn't want to waste another word. I turned to leave, but in the next second, Ruby grabbed my arm and yanked me back hard. Vera, I should be the one to leave. With that, she took a few steps back, then lunged, shoving me off the second-floor balcony. My head hit the hard concrete, and I blacked out instantly.